watched some videos while I was making the chicken soup. They had one about, how they have that same guy's voice? And they have the violins. Like and subscribe to these. And the iconic was, and Danny Masterson, and they go through all the thing and they talk about all these pro football players with PTSD. And, they save their money because you're going to need your money. It's like, really? I know we're being abused by people that manipulate people with money. I understand that. I'm very cognizant. I'm very intelligent. I understand that. Okay. But it's wrong, and it leads to psychotic behaviors and people accepting psychotic behaviors, like the Nazi movement. Blitzkrieg Bop. Okay. The Civil War. Middle Passage. The Long Walk. The Trail of Tears. Okay. Wounded Knee. Right. When you believe things that are not real, and then you manipulate people to accumulate your wealth and your fame, they had the one, what's his name? The one who, what's this guy's name again? Aaron Rodgers, like the Jordan kid, the farmer, right? He's going to put in all the hard work. He's going to do all this and stuff. And that's excessive compulsive behavior. It's an over-exaggeration of self-importance and ego. Okay. All right. What you do is you get everybody together and everybody benefits because, it's ringing in the sheaves, right? So you put up a barn and everybody could, hey, come on, but I don't trust people. They won't do. Well, you're not living the Lord's Prayer. I wouldn't trust you either, or them, because they're not standing up to live it either. So, when you engage in agriculture, it's not a business venture. It's not saving money. It's not equity. It's not building it. It's not investing. It's doing that which is right because it's right, right? DT Suzuki, does it pay to be good? No, money's not real. It's good to be good. So be good. So there you go, right? Boom, there you go. And you get these people, and they have all this wonderful advice and all these brilliant business decisions. And I was watching the kids, and it's like, they be hanging out in the facilities, and they do this cheap, and it's like, it's not cheap. It's like doing things in a frugal manner because you're intelligent. Like I told you guys, if I had played professional sports, I would have bought me or built me a decent sized home in a community like Flagstaff or Silver, where I decided to go to school because I wanted to go to school in the mountains of the Southwest because I just love it so much. I love the powdery snow. I love I love the culture stuff. And so, I would have done that, and then only played a career for maybe, been dominant. Oh yeah, it was amazing. But just came in, dominated, and then just left. 4, maybe 6 years, depending on how, because we were still dealing with irrational economics back then. And I tell people and stuff, I would take my salary and negotiate it to be given more to my teammates so they could benefit from it too, to the people that worked at the America West Arena or wherever I played, to spread it through my community so more people could benefit from the money that I was bringing in by winning NBA championships, right? And then go up to, buy the car, buy the house, have that, maintain it, so yada, 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 have stuff to maintain, put money away to maintain, put it into annuity or something, one of those goofy things they had back then. And then go up and be in the teaching the recruiting things, for teaching the basketball things, or the sports stuff for about 4 more years. While I was young, have the kids have fun and see how to do things with integrity and kindness and share your life with these other people that you enjoy doing the same things together and build a family through faithful love and bonds of fellowship that honor each other and stuff, and do that. And then by that time, then just spend the rest of my time pretty much like Coach Hinson, at New Mexico State, only a little different, but and come up showing around doing this stuff, and just being a part of the community and just helping people focus on doing things right and don't do anything to win and don't be good, and that's how I would have been if I had been able to play sports without being manipulated and abused by corporations, right? And because we were in a radically different time then, because of the capacity of people to manipulate perception through linguistics and large groups accepting money is real and pursuing it. But I was the type of person that if, I was in the public eye, the people that have us in the conditions we're in today, that, people, it was Rockefeller protecting you. Not necessarily, no. Hard to kill, but obviously. But the thing was he knew his people. And I reacted to this. They were trying to put me into situations where they wanted me to achieve their pretentious, self-righteous economic, goals. Like what's happening now when I watched the thing with, was it CJ Hook? The Hook, the little thing with, what's her name? Jasmine Crockett, right? And whatever it was, I don't know. But she's sitting there talking to this guy, and you could have, put Donald Trump under the jail and because, even when you're president, you keep breaking the laws. You're not above the law, right? And all this stuff. And it's like, you're not above gravity. You are above gravity. As far as gravity goes, we're above that law because you wouldn't, if you didn't have gravity, you'd be like the tokens on Schoolhouse Rock who'd float in outer space, but don't tell Mary Jean. Right? And so no one's above the law. Everyone is sustained by laws. And without laws, we cannot sustain our existence, right? So when you understand laws, you obey laws and sustain your existence because of the beauty of those eternal laws from infinite glory, right? That's laws in a nutshell, all you nutshells out there, right? You can't invent your own laws and then torture people through denying them real understanding of laws. Is it pay to be good? No. Money's not real. It's good to be good, right? So, derf, 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 derf. Violins, sad violins. Will anyone ever live in the mansion that Bruce Lee built when he was murdered there by sick, pathetic people? Oh, probably be too sad and depressing. You remember what a good guy Bruce was, and that was taken from us by selfish, fucked up people. So no, it probably won't. I'll be torn down just because of sheer sadness and people not wanting to experience that sheer sadness of that kind of abuse and someone trying to stand up to it and it just being snuffed and taken away from us, right? So in that case, that's kind of sad, right? But Pablo Escobar's place, just. But look at all those neat things. You can do that where somebody who didn't mass murder people and prostitute people and, and sustain most of that stuff, it's kind of ludicrous and ridiculous anyway. Like Tom Cruise's ego. There you go. And so, you sit there and you look at things and, when you overdo things and it's too opulent and it's ridiculous to sustain. It's not, share, care, giving coins need built to last, right? Then what are you doing here? We had the best marbles. When we live in a 2-story house, right? And so you guys just got to understand, in order for a house to be a home for families, it needs to be built off of the foundation of, the deliverance from evil. Everybody repeat after me. Forgive debt and trespass, love one another in that their eternal faithful peace. Yahoo! And then sustained with the faith of Psalms and the wisdom of Proverbs, right? And the only reason those places aren't sustained is because assholes come and destroy it because it tries to destroy their delusions of grandeur, and then we feel Fuckingham Palace and Fuckingham Blues and Boogalam Boo Boos and Big Lam Babas and the Great Tower of Stooky Buggy Boogie Fuck You in the Sky and Poop You in Your Eye and New York, you knocked out our big 2 towers, but now we got the biggest dickus in the history of the world erected in its mud. Make it stop. I'm working on it. I just can't get Dwayne Rock Johnson to show up and say, hey, I don't want to make the skyscraper movie. I want to hang out with Parsons. Why? Because I suck and I don't want to suck. Well, that would be great, but it's not happening. No, it's not. But I'm working on it, right? So, I'll reach out my hand to you. Come on, Gronk. Don't be in the money-making zoo. Come on, bear down, Gronk. Tell Chuck Cecil, no, we don't want to hurt anybody. Money's not real. It's just good to be good. Okay? Tell him, Gronk, go ahead. Gronk. Pass it on. Okay. Because you had all those things, the good dude, Gaither, Jake Gaither, he wanted them fast, this and with this, and this attitude, because, they want to hurt people. It's like, you don't want to hurt people playing football. I guarantee you, okay, because I was a better football player than he was, and faster, yes. And so they were we seemed to be faster as younger. It's like, I don't know, man, faster. I think because they put a lot more muscle on the kids, maybe so. Maybe they were leaner and faster back in his day. It's highly tangible. But I don't know. I saw what was that guy's name? Tom Osborne did with kids in Nebraska. They'd show up there, a running back, 5'10", $180. He'd redshirt them. They'd be ready to play. They'd be 5'10", 200. And they came in running a 4.6, and they were running a 4.4. By the time he put them into weight training table, he put them into, hey, Franco Colombo, give us this. So, yeah. The thing is what happens with a lot of those guys, though, is they become so excessive and so fast and so car crash. The body just basically destroys itself through its ego. Okay. When to say when to ease up, when to, That's what Jesus told me in my head. Well, told me in my head, since it's schizophrenic episode, Since Life Eternal, Grace is Infinite, and I'm a psychologist. But I told myself in my head, thanks, Jesus, that, not to play football, because other people would hurt themselves attempting to hurt me, because I sure the fuck ain't gonna let them hurt me. Here comes Troy Polamalu. Earl Duke's back, grabs him by the butt. Oh, James Harrison. Keep your head up. Watch who you're tackling. Do it with good form and don't come try to hurt them. It's not hit football, it's tackle football. Okay. They're both unable to move anymore. They're both quadriplegics. So better coaching. Okay. And so then that's tangible. Okay. And I like people. So I wouldn't want to see that happen, because I was the type of person, that boy think he bad. And I wasn't cocky. No. But I was static, don't start, don't know, be none. And I still am. Okay. But it's not smirkity, smirk, I'm Jesse Waters. Smirkity, smirk, I'm on the Kibble Smoke. Smirkity, smirk, we're making more money than should be allowed to smirkity, smirk make. Now we can have sex with I can have sex with Megan Thee Stallion. Ooh, smirkity, smirk, right? I'm not that way. I'm just more like, man, motherfucker, you about to bring out, the part of me that you don't want to meet and or see. Yeah. He just cupped the ball and put it behind his back. Okay. I'm going to the hole, and you ain't gonna be able to stop me. Okay. Game over, right? And that was more me. But they would. What about with the kids at East? They started it. We went there, and I was like, oh, that's what I'm worried about is the clue. And Charlie's, later, I'm not worried about him. He's 180 pounds. I'm 215, and my butt, backs him out. And I said, okay, so you can take care of that, right? But the other coach was worried about me. I mean, he had 2-3 guys everywhere I went. And if I went to the lane, don't let him make the basket, fell him, because I couldn't shoot free throws. No. Well, maybe a good free throw shooter was everybody hurting my ankles. Because I loved to jump and shoot, because I was so athletic. I was a jump athletic shooter, right? That's what I practiced, because I was so athletic, and I could shoot around and over people and stuff. So free throws to me was like, what, on the ground? They're going to take my athleticism away? They're going to make me stand here and shoot? It's a free throw. Yeah, but it's not fair, because you're like nailing my feet to the floor. Okay. That's how I saw a free throw, like torture. What? No. Aaron Gordon was a horrible free throw shooter when he was at U of A and he was young. And I understood. I used to make videos saying, I feel your pain, Aaron. I understand. And then they'll train you and teach you, no, somebody better nail that girl's fins to the floor, And that's what they do. And then they make, with me, they kept hurting my ankles. And then when I went out to play basketball, I couldn't jump because of my injury. And then I was like, Earl can shoot the free throw. Not only that, I can shoot that set shot that, and I could do it before Coach Kendall tried to fix my shot. Yeah. And I tried to explain to him, no, it's all about aim. He said, but yeah, I understand. I can shoot a set shot with good form from when my adrenaline were in the game from 25 feet and nail it. And if I got it smoking, it's all night long. Yes, I can do that. But that's not a good shot. No, shooting a shot from 23 to 25 feet is not a good shot. Anybody can get that shot open just about all day. And before, that was just when the three-point shot was coming in, And I'm just not that type of person, The closer the shot, the better. Layups, I'm the type of person I like layups. If I attack the hoop and they all come to me and I got a wide open teammate, layup, backdoor layup, Pete Carell, And so I was very much layups. And that's why I like watching Tommy Lloyd's teams. They only shoot like this much from 3 points because it's about passing the ball, being unselfish, and putting the ball in the hoop with the best percentage shot, right? And that's basketball to me. And it still works today, even with the 3-point shot. Get the fuck out of here. Seriously, yeah. So, because it does. Because the 3-point shot is not as high of a percentage shot and not as good. Okay? So, layups, dunks, good old Guy Lewis. Oh, he was, dunk the dang thing, right? that's how I was. And playing busting loose with Danny Bennett, dunk the motherfucking ball. Yeah, we would get Junior open for his threes and stuff because, he could hit them. And he was wide open because everybody was worried about them dunking the fucking ball in their face, right? So, yeah, it makes you wonder, too, how many points of downtown Freddie Brown had the 3-point shot during his, you're like, what would that man's scoring average would have been? And what would he, you know what I mean? Doesn't anybody else wonder? Freddie Brown, if that man had, and what that would have done for his teammates, and, Jack Sigma and Lonnie Shelton and Dennis cutting to the hoop and stuff, if they had the 3-point shot during the time of downtown Freddie Brown with the Seattle Supersonics. Makes me wonder, I think it would have made Paul Westfall's career a lot better, too. Oh, yeah, because he was a really good shooter. He could shoot from distance real well. He's a good shooter. And so it makes you wonder about a lot of players that played before in the past, what their numbers would have been like, what would have been this, how would that have affected their assist, how would it have affected the rebounding, how would that have affected, if they had the 3-point shot, back in the day with Connie Hawkins and Dr. J and, and Bill Russell and Sam Jones, well, Norman Lynch, hey, man, you better come out here, I'll make this shot, right? How that would have happened, how that would have affected everything, and how good of a 3-point shooter would Wilt Chamberlain have been? Yeah. Would he have done it? I don't know. I think it'd been better to go like Tommy Lloyd. Just dunk it in their face. Just dunk it. Just dunk it. Go ahead, dunk it. Dunk it, Wilt. Dunk the ball in his face. So bad. I'm funny. But yeah, basketball's fun, which reminds me once this loads, we're going to go out in the barn and shoot some hoops and then yell at you in the barn again. But God, fixing your technology is just, it's stupid. This is the stupidest thing I've ever had to do in my entire life, is sit here in this garage, this remodeled garage, go out to that basketball barn that I thought I should have done when the kids were here, but we didn't have the, well, we probably did, but, I don't know, when Dad was, he was going with Tina everywhere and stuff like that, and I didn't want to, we had more stuff in there. Well, we had to sell everything to take care of the kids because Las Cruces is such a kind and caring community that cares about family values and wants people to be able to, have a good, intimate relationship with their wife, not predicated on by scientists and military members who want to keep our families unstable so they can keep us all safe with technology and money. Sarcasm. Why, yes. Yeah. When you're a good person like me, when you, decide you pick one from the herd, just be waiting in Rito with you. If that woman, is not manipulated by perverts, and she can be healthy enough to sustain a romantic, affectionate, sexual relationship with him on a consistent basis, one day they died and their graves were side by side on a hill where robins sing. Okay, but your presence and your manipulation is really hard, and it's very hard on women. It's harder on women than it is on men. Well, because men have this, and women don't, and it's all coming at them. So it's very hard because they get in, when a woman goes into survival mode, She's radically different than a male. A male can sit there and go, okay, I have to do this. Life's eternal, grace is infinite. Our Avatar is stupid. I know. Okay. So, okay. It's no. Lord of the Rings, Tolkien, he's not like me. But you sit there, you go, boom, and you sit there and go, okay, I know what I have to do to make life wonderful for her and for the kids to live faithful lives too. So I'm going to do that, right? And so that's what I do. And that's why I'm the Messiah, you a liar. Hey, let's get a soccer stadium and make the power of the sun to make the transistors even smaller. So our influence is global. You're just an evil interactive cartoon, aren't you? It's just an evil interactive manipulative cartoon. Yeah, it is. Speaking of that, while I'm waiting for this to load, let's go play with the Mustangs, Cowboys. Oh, no, first it's Lumberjacks, Mustangs, and Cowboys. Yeah, my three favorites. Because nobody does the simple set Illuminati signs when they score on me. Because it's created teams, or the invented teams. Yeah. I'm going to try to download that editor in Paint and see if I can fix them up even better. Maybe put some pine trees at the end of the stadium there so it looks even more like Altamirano Field, but with bleachers on both ends. That'll be fun, yeah. I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to give it a shot this week after we finish the pecans. So we'll give that and can color all the things blue, purple, like they have at Altamirano and stuff like that. We're going to try to do that. We're just going to try to cut, copy, and paste and take seats from sections of the Kibbie Dome and put them in the end zones. Or we could even do paint people in the stands in the mountain one and the other thing where the one side of the stadium never fills up when you have the one that looks like Gunnison, Colorado, but it says it's Seattle. You know how it never fills up? Well, I was thinking, we could go through and just do team colors and paint in and all the blank spots where the things aren't permanent guys in the seats there all the time. So then when the stadium fills up, it's full and it's all in our team colors. Yeah, that'd be cool. I could do that. And I was thinking about, I'm going to see just how good this editor is and this paint. Cause I saw the one guy who did the, Never Be Forgotten and all that stuff that he did on the Kibbie Dome for University of Wichita State. So I thought, there's lots. And the way they changed the colors and put University of Montana and put all their stuff and everything in the Sun Bowl. So I thought I could do other things too. If you can do all that, maybe you should be able to go in there and add different effects, like put in pine trees, put in this, make it look more like the campus that you want it to be. So, and with those little ones like the rural area things, I thought maybe you could take the small stands and take them and replicate 5 stands, or maybe even stack them on top of each other and make a close to 15,000 looking seat stadium like at Lehigh, in the New York one, and then in the Illinois one, and then in the Southwest one, you could do the same thing, replicate the stands, and they would fill up with the same team colors and stuff. So I'm going to give that a try. Couldn't hurt. I put in there, I got that from Crummy Cake. Yeah, he's a cutie pie. Yeah, so we could do this and that and that. I'll give it a try, Crummy Cake. I'll read all the directions and see what I can pull off. So that'll be interesting. And they say with the paint, you can change and put on different things. And I know which team names are in the database. So I could probably take Northridge and put them in Poughkeepsie and put the Buffalo Soldiers on and all that stuff. So I'll see what I can do. See if I can pull it off and have all kinds of fun with 2014 until US will show up. Just trying to save myself from being bored out of my mind by the worst perverts in the history of the world. Yeah, my hometown where I was born. The worst home invading, mind molesting, child molesting, warping, maybe perverts that are going to keep us all safe with money and technology ever. Never saw that coming. No, I didn't. I guess if I did, I would have been a paranoid schizophrenic. But since I didn't see it coming, well, 7 times upon infinity I forgive you, but kingdom of heaven, all or nothing at all, right?